Good morning, students. Now, let us derive an expression for steady flow energy equation for flow processes. So, for that, to derive the equation, let us consider this diagram. Okay, we have 2 points here: fluid at inside, or where fluid enters, and the point where fluid leaves. So, we need to consider fluid properties at inlet and fluid properties at outlet of the steady flow system. Okay, this is our control volume, and hence this is the process or thermodynamic system that we have considered. So properties of the fluid at inlet and properties of the fluid at outlet we have considered here. So at inlet and outlet, let the properties be U1 and U2 specific internal energy at inlet and outlet in joule per kg, P1 and P2 pressure at inlet and outlet in Newton per meter square or Pascal, capital V1 and V2, small V1 and V2 specific volume at inlet and outlet in meter cube per kg, and capital V1 and V2 velocities at inlet and outlet in meter per second, H1 and H2 specific enthalpy at inlet and outlet in joule per kg, Z1 and Z2 elevation or height from the base. Okay, Z1 and Z2 are the elevation or height from the base in meter, Q1 to 2 heat transfer in joule, and W1 to 2 work transfer in joule, and time T in second, and M is mass of the fluid in kg. Okay, these are the consideration I have done to derive the equation for steady flow energy equation. Okay, to derive steady flow energy equation, following types of energy are considered. Let's have one by one: internal energy, flow energy, kinetic energy and potential energy, heat transfer and work transfer. So these are the energy we have considered to derive steady flow energy equation. According to law of conservation of energy, we know that the total energy at inlet is equal to the total energy at outlet. Okay, using this fundamental equation, we need to derive an expression for steady flow energy. So according to law of conservation of energy, the total energy at inlet equal to the total energy at outlet. What are the energies we have at inlet is U1, which is internal energy at inlet, P1 V1 plus kinetic energy plus potential energy plus heat transfer. Okay, then it is equal to, so this total energy at inlet equal to again total energy at outlet, internal energy P2 V2 energy plus kinetic energy, potential energy, work transfer. Okay, then this PV energy is what? P1 V1 is flow energy. Remember this. Okay, internal energy, flow energy, kinetic energy, potential energy, heat transfer or amount of heat transfer involved in the process at inlet. So total energy at inlet equal to total energy at outlet. So now dividing mass in both sides we have. So if you divide this equation by mass both sides, so equation takes the form like this. This U1 becomes specific. If you divide it by, it takes the form specific. Then wherever M term is there, it will be absent and the equation will come in this form. So this is the steady flow energy equation per unit mass. Remember, this is the steady flow energy equation per unit mass because we have divided by mass M here on both sides. Again we know that enthalpy equal to summation of internal energy plus product of pressure and volume. So H equal to U plus PV, and hence H1 equal to U1 plus P1, H2 equal to U1 plus P2 into V2. So if you substitute H1 and H2 value in this equation 1, you will get this equation: H1 plus V1 square by 2 plus GZ1 plus Q1 to 2 and H2 plus V2 squared by 2 G. Again we also know that H1 equal to Cp into T1. and H2 equal to Cp into T2. You have to remember this. Enthalpy equal to specific heat at constant pressure into temperature. Okay, this at inlet and at outlet. Again, if you substitute the value of H1 and H2 in equation 2, then the equation becomes like this. Call it as equation 3. Then steady flow energy equation for time basis. Okay, this is steady flow energy equation for mass basis. Let us have steady flow energy equation for time basis. Let us consider this equation: H1 V1 square by 2 GZ1 plus Q1 by 2 H2 plus V2 square by 2 plus GZ2 plus W1 to 2. Let m dot equal to m by t is the mass flow rate in kg per second. Okay, mass flow rate in kg per second. Now multiplying m dot in both sides. If you multiply m dot in both sides, so you will get this. If you simplify and rearrange the terms, you will get this term. Then again, if you keep on simplifying, and this becomes m dot into h1 plus v1 square by 2 gz1. This is nothing but dq by dt, that is change of heat with respect to time. M dot into h2 plus v2 square by 2 gz2 plus change of work transfer with respect to time. Then, so which is steady flow energy equation for time basis. This is the steady flow equation for time basis, and this is the steady flow equation for mass basis. Remember this, okay? So steady flow equation is also known as energy balance, mass balance. So till now we have balanced the energy. Now let us balance the mass of a steady flow or flow process. According to law of conservation of mass, the mass flow rate at inlet equal to mass flow rate at outlet. Okay, similar to the energy conservation principle. From the energy conservation principle, we can tell that energy at inlet equal to energy at outlet. Similarly, according to law of conservation of mass, we can also tell that the mass flow rate at inlet is equal to mass flow rate at outlet. So that I can write it as m dot 1 equal to m dot 2, which means mass flow rate at inlet equal to mass flow rate at outlet. Again, according to equation of continuity, we have derived this equation in fluid mechanics and all. From this equation of continuity, we know that m dot equal to area into velocity divided by volume. Okay, which is always constant. Continuity principle, where A is area in meter square, V is velocity in meter per second, and small v is specific volume in meter cube per kg. Okay, if you substitute the unit, and you will get kg per second. Now again we have m dot equal to m dot 1, which is equal to m dot 2, which means mass flow rate at inlet equal to mass flow rate at outlet from the conservation of mass principle. So if you substitute the m dot value from the continuity equation, discharge is A1 into V1 by small v1, A2 into V2 by small v2. So finally we know that 1 by V is can be written as V is volume per unit mass. Okay, specific volume in meter cube kg. The small v is nothing but total volume per unit mass. So if you rewrite it 1 by small v as m by v, so mass per unit volume is nothing but density. So if you use this expression, mass per unit volume as density, if you substitute as, it becomes A1 into V1 into density, which is equal to A2 V2 into rho 2. Okay, A is area at inlet, V is volume at inlet, velocity at inlet, and rho is density, which is equal to A2 is area, V2 is velocity at outlet, and density rho 2. So this is the mass balance equation. You can this or you can use this. Both the form you can use. This is an expression for mass balance for flow processes.